Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. And in today's video we're looking into a new topic, a new series of the biology that is about the biomolecules, and in particularly we're looking into the carbohydrates. We're looking into the carbohydrates full concepts. uh, you know its classification, its types, its basis of classification, the sub classification, all. This would be a series in parts. Like this is the part 1, and that would be a basic introduction and the basic classification of carbohydrates. Like, let first of all let's decode the word. uh, you know as we always do as carbohydrates. Let me use a dark color over here. Carbohydrates, so this one carbo is carbo, this carbo, this carbo would be like here. Carbo means carbon, carbon. And this hydrated, the second word hydrates mean aqueous. This means aqueous, like hydrated or aqueous means having water presence in it. So what would be the final word? I do guess that you have hope. You have guessed that. That is hydrated carbon or aqueous carbon. This is equal to hydrated carbon. So what does that mean? Hydrated carbon. We have got carbon plus H2O, like that forms carbohydrates. In whatever carbohydrate do you take, you will find carbon. What is hydrated? Hydrated here is referring, this hydrated is referring to H2O, like aqueous carbon, H2O. This is referring to water, and water is of H and OH, H and OH. So you will be finding uh, three sort of atoms in every carbohydrate. That would be hydrogen, OH, and H. So that would be the constitution of the carbohydrates, and that is why we do term them as carbohydrates. So that's quite clear, I do hope that. And let me tell you a point that uh, carbohydrates, they're derived from Greek word, which is the word that is secretin. I don't know the proper pronunciation. You can check that out. Sec 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 Saccharin, saccharin, saccharin means sugar, right? So this saccharin means sugar, and uh, I do want you to get know this thing, that carbohydrate, this is polymer. Like this is having some units. That carbohydrate is termed to be some sort of bigger unit. It would be having further units as well. So basic unit of carbohydrate will be saccharide, right? Saccharide, SACHARIDE, saccharide. So here you do get to know that uh, wait a minute. Yes, from here you get to know that carbohydrate is a bigger unit, and it has got subunits. And carbohydrate is form of monomers that are called as saccharide. And one saccharide, you can say one sweet is equal to one saccharide. As much saccharide, as much you can say that as much the bigger polymer is, the bigger carbohydrate structure is. So this is how the carbohydrate chains form, like many saccharides do combine and the chains get to form. And similarly, uh, we have divided carbohydrates on the basis of number of saccharides they do contain in three different groups. Like we do have carbohydrates, and we have divided them in three major groups on basis of uh, saccharide, number of saccharides in them. Three different groups. uh, Let me write that for you to save up your time. So here we have got three major groups right over here. We have got monosaccharides, we have got oligosaccharides, we have got polysaccharides. So uh, we can just be looking into the properties of each of them. Like monosaccharides, sorry, monosaccharides. So the monosaccharides have a property that uh, they have monosaccharide, like mono means one, so have a single saccharide unit, right? So the monosaccharide will be having single saccharide unit. And if we talk about oligosaccharide, uh, oligosaccharide will be having 2 to 10 saccharide units. 2 to 10, 2 to 10 saccharides. And the polysaccharide will be having, they will be composed of 10 or 10 plus. Where I have got plus on my keyboard, I am unable to find that. 10 plus, we to write that 10 plus the saccharide, so that would be a polysaccharide. Like poly means plus 10, many, oligo means 2 to 10 saccharides. Let's move to the next point. In the monosaccharides, they can't be hydrolyzed, like the water cannot be further removed in them. Hydrolyze means the lysis of water, so water cannot be removed from them, further removed from them, because they have just limited, very 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 limited sort of H and OH ions. Like I do think that I have two, one H and one OH, so that is the minimum, uh, the minimum survival of the monosaccharide to be a carbohydrate. So they can't be hydrolyzed. And if you talk about oligosaccharides, uh, they can be hydrolyzed, and uh, they do hydrolyze, and they release around at least 2, means minimum release minimum 2 saccharides. I'm writing S for saccharide, do understand that. Release minimum 2 saccharide, and maximum 10 monosaccharides. Max 10 monosaccharide. I do want to write here monosaccharide, because let me tell you that monosaccharide would be consisted of uh, the carbon atoms, like very limited carbon atoms, while the oligosaccharides would be consisted of monosaccharides, and polysaccharide will be consisting of oligosaccharides. Like they have a cycle is formed, like from larger to smaller to larger. Like monosaccharide is the most smallest, and it would be having only single saccharide unit, and oligosaccharide would be having 2 to 10 saccharide units, but it would be consisting of monosaccharides as well, like as we know that the saccharides do form monosaccharides. And if you talk about polysaccharides, they would be releasing at least 11 monosaccharides, at least 11 monosaccharides. So from here, that is a unique property. And next point we have got is, this is the simplest form, simplest, like we have got only one saccharide unit, so that is of course the simplest. And if you talk about oligosaccharides, oligosaccharides less complex, like they have around 2 to 10 monosaccharides or saccharide units, so that's the reason they are quite less. Talk about polysaccharides, so polysaccharides are highly complex. Moving forward, uh, they are soluble in water. And so this means that this is the sugar which we are eating, they are the monosaccharides. The sugar we do take is the monosaccharide, that is the most sweetest, right? Soluble in water and sweetest. Monosaccharides would be the most sweetest. If we talk about oligosaccharides, so oligosaccharides, they would be less soluble in water. They would solve, but very less soluble. In water, and less sweet. Right? I do hope that you have guessed the properties of polysaccharides. They are kind of hard and not soluble in water, uh, insoluble in water. And if you talk about the sweetness, so they are tasteless. This is you looking into, when we looking into properties, or further we will be studying them one by one, we will be getting more clear about them. So what's the reason behind these all? Like we can say they're tasteless. So that would be the basic classification of the carbohydrates on the saccharides. Saccharides are the units of which the carbohydrate is made. And I have got a point. We're looking into monosaccharides, of course, but I have just remembered a point, that is they would be consisting of, they would be consisting of 3 to 7 carbon atoms. So from here you should get to know that I am not talking about like monosaccharides means one carbon atom. That is totally wrong. Like one monosaccharide would be having saccharides, which would be one monosaccharide will be consisting of one saccharide, and that one saccharide would be consisting of 3 to 7 different carbon atoms. Like they can be 3, they can be 4, they can be 5, 6 and 7. So do not mix that with the carbon atoms. That is a classification based on saccharides, not carbon atoms. Like on the basis of carbon atoms, we have got another classification which we're looking into in the upcoming videos as well. So I do hope that you got clear today's topic. So meet you guys in the next video. Till that, goodbye. Thank you.